Golder does come in, so it is going to be able to most likely toxic gank, but Seismic Shrine comes out doing some damage, bringing it to 72% on Naga and down to 54%. And here comes another Psychic Collaborator coming onto the Seismic and a number 2. Boom! Bringing it down to 0, dude. There we go. Yo, what up, what up? Alright, here we go, guys. We are casting some viewer games today, and we have a pretty fun one here. We have Temtem versus Rishi. Rishi's got a pretty cool comp that's been running around. Been doing really well, not only in tournaments, but even in the ranked matches. And Temtem is running with a pretty unique setup that he really enjoys playing. He is playing the good old Yukama. He was running the Yukama Acronauts cheese, but he's just running the Acronauts at the moment. Throwing in some ADOROBOROS. Seismic has been seeing a ton of action. Seismic has been really good. Both teams running that as well. Naga on the team, and yeah, so we have Naga on Temtem's team, but not on Rishi's. Rishi is running Golder pretty much for Golder and Calibus being able to. Sorry, I'm dumb. Naga's right there. Golder and Calibus go really well with Naga, but it also counteracts opposing Nagas. So gonna be something to look at. So for the first pick, trying to think of what can deal with most of this. A lot of times, banning Volorend, I mean, it's just good. Volorend does a lot, whether it's against Deceit Naga or just without Deceit Naga in general. A lot of people have been running Anaerobic. Anaerobic's been doing really well. I think Aerobic is kind of just averagely okay at the moment, so. But yeah, Rishi not running Kinu. Pretty interesting. And the Naga first pick for Temtem. Running Golder Naga. So in this situation, obviously Golder Naga is an insane start. Running Naga on both, pretty much just clicking Golder Naga is just really good. I think you just always kind of want this on your team, even though it's gonna cancel each other out, and Golder's gonna be going last instead of first. Being able to switch out and have this combo for later, if he ever decides to choose it, is just really good. So the second ban is gonna be Lawali, and the other ban for Temtem is gonna be Kinu. Volorend, Naga, Kinu, those are 3 bans that are just absolutely insane right now. If you're ever not sure about a ban, those 3 you can pretty much never go wrong with. And it looks like we're getting Seismic Mashuk here. Really curious on how Rishi runs his Mashuk. I'm pretty sure it's like a tanky, but I'm not too sure. We'll definitely figure out this game. And Temtem choosing between a few here. We have Adoro and Seismic. Adoro's been seeing a lot more play as well, and the mix is going to be the last pick for Rishi. So, Temtem versus Rishi. It looks like Rishi is starting off with a good old Golder Naga, probably top 3 best combo in the game at the moment. And then Naga mix for Temtem. Can never go wrong with the Golder Naga, in my opinion. Naga is Diamond, Emerald, this dude. Seismic, I like it. So with the turn 1 situation, Golder doesn't go first, which means it's going to decide speed tie for who's going to go first at the Nagas. Since it is not tournament play, this is a ranked match queue. Temtem and Rishi's Naga is not going to be a 1, 9, or 12 SV. That means it's going to have the natural 50 SV speed that it has. Something to think about before getting into the decision making in the upcoming turns. So that means Spike will be able to go before Naga because both are Deceit Aura. So Spike goes first here. Looks like Seismic is a pretty good tank for Rishi if he decides to switch out. Alright, so let's see the turns here. Temtem switching out Naga into ADOROBOROS. And Naga switching out into the mix here. So switching out into the Doro, hoping that the Toxic Ink is going into Adoro. Mix 40.7%. So what he probably figured was what was going to happen is Rishi thought Spike was going to put Mix into Puppet Master range, but that is not the case. Mix is actually at 40.7, which means this is going to be pretty awkward for Rishi. It's going to die to another Spike. It can't put itself into Puppet Master range by like overexerting with Cage or anything like that. So yeah, this is a pretty good tempo move for Dave. I think he can definitely keep spiking into the mix slot. Toxic Ink did go into ADOROBOROS, so tanking that pretty good. So a really, really nice turn for Dave for turn 1. So Mix is being pushed out. He knows it's not under 40%. Bashut coming in, and Golder being switched out as well. So pretty interesting turn 2 for switching out with Golder. Side too much being brought in there. Spike coming through on a Mashuk. 100 to 69 Keck. With a Sidekick Collaborator. 70%. Gotta go down to 0, man. That is a huge, dude. Fucking boom. Yo, those Sidekick Collaborators are so sick to see, dude. Animations in this game are so nice, and that is one that you do not see very often. So Sidekick Collaborator, definitely bringing it to 100 to 0. Like regardless, nuts. So again, Spike will overexert the Mix here. Also, Seismuch Wreck is available for Seismuch here. So pretty different turn, I think. Pretty different turn. If he goes to Spike, is he going to be faster than the Seismuch? Betaverse is going to do decent damage to Seismuch as well. So now I feel like this game is going to be a 50-50 flip mind game. I think Rishi brought in Mix in order to be able to kind of create this mind game. Like, is he going to overexert? Cage is coming in, so if he has enough attack on Seismuch without heat up, Seismuch Wreck is going to kill. But it is faster! Oh! Yo, the Mix... Okay, so I know it's 2 prio and 3 prio, but a lot of people do put a lot of speed onto Seismuch. And he clicked heat up! Oh, and there's a grease on the Mix, so it can actually switch out this turn. Oh my god, the Beta Burst bringing it down to 52%. Okay, that was a nutty turn. So the heat up coming in. What he wanted to do is he wanted to Cage, let his Mix die, bring in a free Tem, which would be Golder or Naga, whatever he needed to decide on, which is most likely going to be Golder, so Seismuch Wreck goes off. And it was going to kill the Mix here. But now, because Mix has grease, what the fuck? So since Mix has grease, it can actually just switch out and be used on another situation. So, wow. Yeah, there 2 unfortunate events against Rishi here. Pretty rough for sure. Unfortunate that Mix didn't go to under 40%. And a pretty unfortunate situation where grease is on a Mix. So, yeah, that is definitely pretty rough. Golder does come in, so it is going to be able to most likely Toxic Gank, but Seismuch Wreck comes out doing some damage, bringing it to 72% on Naga and down to 54%. And here comes another Psychic Collaborator coming onto the Seismuch, and a number 2. Boom! Bringing it down to 0, dude. There we go. Bamboozle onto Golder himself, and since Naga is in play, it's looking like a double Naga. Alright, so Toxic Ink is going to go first with ADOROBOROS because the C auras are blocking each other, so they're going to have 50 SV speeds, and they are going to be the fastest Tems on the board. Alright, so yeah, a whole board for Davum, and yeah, Golder Naga is on the board, and those 2 Tems would naturally be able to just deal with everything on the board. But with the opposing Tem, or Davum also having another Naga to take away Deceit Aura, it's not going to be able to have the true power that it usually is allowed to have, which is being able to bamboozle and being able to attack every single turn, blocking 1 piece of damage onto Naga and letting Naga just sweep the entire game. So without that happening, oof. So really good play by Davum as well. He switched out the Naga to bring in Gaialis, sacrificing it so that it would take less damage from both attacks. The sacrifice coming in, giving it +2/+2 onto the Gaialis here, and then tanking both damage. Now Crystal Bite is active, and here we go. The Crystal Bite on a Naga, most likely. He's going to switch out Naga again, bring it into a mix here. Strange Vest on the Naga. Crystal Bite bringing it down to 14%. Beta Burst and a Toxic, I'm assuming. And this puts it down to Puppet Master range. So 44 down to 31%. But Naga's Fury is able to be used this turn. Psy Search is available on the mix though. So if Naga does not Psy Search this turn, it is going to die to Mix, who is naturally slower. And yeah, it's definitely looking like a GG here for Davum. Mix is being switched out again. I think he's just kind of toying with him. Toxic coming in onto the Gaialis here. Lullaby being used. Oh, there is Lullaby. But maybe he doesn't have Psy Surge. But even then, it wouldn't really matter. So obviously Mentals resist sleep, and the poison was on to Gaialis with the Lullaby, so it wakes him up, and it is going to be GG. Davum takes the game.